Hello my dear viewers, welcome back to my channel. In this video I will talk about moving elegantly, moving in a graceful and elegant way. It is not only about walking or sitting or standing, it is about moving in general. We are moving in different situations and in different ways. When we are going somewhere and doing something, when we are talking to someone, when we are eating, when we are just organizing stuff, when we are dancing, when we are going from the table in the restaurant to the restrooms and back. Those are all movements that we are doing. I will give you 10 tips how to move more gracefully, more elegantly, and more sensually as a woman. And I will start with my favorite topic, because first of all, it's the base for all movements and for looking and appearing more elegant and graceful. And it is also the key to moving elegantly. A good posture. Always keep your shoulders rolled back, your head high and your chin back. Be upright and push your core in so that you stand straight, and all your movements will become and look much more elegant and graceful automatically. But you have to remind yourself several times during the day to maintain and to correct your posture, especially when you are not used to it. And for that, I strongly recommend my basic posture technique, which is very easy. And I will link that here so that you can watch it, but do it later, because now we will continue with tip number 2. Take small and controlled steps. Large steps can make you appear clumsy and ungraceful. Instead, take small and controlled steps in order to move more elegantly and gracefully. Especially as a tall woman, like I am, it is sometimes hard for me to make small steps, because if you have long legs, you naturally tend to make bigger steps. But this not only makes you appear a little bit less feminine and elegant, but it can also really look weird if you are, for example, wearing tight skirts, like a pencil skirt or a tight dress. I am wearing a quite loose dress at the moment. So theoretically, I can do all the steps that I want to do. So if I would just walk without thinking of it, and with my natural step length, it would be something like this, which is rather big. And also this might be the right walk for the catwalk. We are not on the catwalk, so we want to simply look natural, elegant, sensual in our walk. And in order to look more elegant, you should reduce the length of the steps. If you make smaller steps, you will automatically appear more elegant and more graceful. You will also probably walk slower, which is another point that I would recommend you. Number 3, practice balance. A good balance is essential for an elegant movement. You could, for example, do something as simple as standing on one foot and try to maintain the balance. But you could also do some practices such as yoga, Pilates, or my favorite, dance. Especially ballet is very good for practicing balance, because they have many positions where they are standing on one foot. But I would say that all kinds of dances, couple dances, sensual dances, belly dance, are good for practicing balance. So just pick what you like the most, or if you don't like any of that, just stand off one foot from time to time. Number 4, use your arms and hands, because your arms and hands can add grace and fluidity to your movements. So practice to move your arms and hands in a graceful, elegant and controlled manner. First of all, when you are talking in a very expressive way, I like to use my arms and hands, and there are some cultures that use their hands very much, and those movements can sometimes appear more like aggressive or simply very fast. So if you tend to do this, and I also sometimes tend to move in a fast way, try to discipline yourself to control those movements a little bit and simply use your hands in a softer way. Make the movements a little bit softer and a little bit more smooth. This, of course, is not easy for everyone. There are many very good practices from belly dance, for example, where you can get used to specific movements and train your hands to move more gracefully and elegantly. If you're interested in those, let me know down below in the comments and I will make a video on that. And movement is something fluid. Always keep in mind when you are talking and using your hands to let them flow in a more smooth and soft way. And also let your arms swing when you walk. Don't be stiff with your arms because that's not elegant. Number 5, relax. Tension in your body can make your movements appear stiff and even awkward. So try to relax and let your movements flow naturally. A good relaxation technique would be the belly breathing. I've already talked about that in another video. It's where you lie somewhere, maybe on your bed or on the floor or on a couch. You relax and you breathe in, and all the air goes into your belly and your belly becomes big like a balloon. And then you breathe out everything, but with a little bit of resistance through your mouth. So you press your lips a little bit together like this and you exhale. It takes a long time until you really exhale and your belly like goes down like a balloon. You do this 10 times and this will really relax you, and relaxation is the base for a relaxed appearance and a nice smooth movement, which appears elegant, of course. Another good practice would be practicing Qigong, which has also to do with breath, but those are also movement exercises for the energy flow in your body. I am doing that and I really like it, so I can recommend it if you're interested. Number 6, pay attention to your surroundings. Look where you are going and pay attention to your surroundings. This will help you in avoiding stumble or bump into things. And I have to say that I am a little bit clumsy from time to time. And of course, when you are walking and you are looking on the floor or just in your thoughts, it can happen that you just bump into people, into things, into furniture, and this doesn't look elegant. And it takes away everything that you have established before. So imagine you are walking into a restaurant in a very elegant, relaxed, in a very sensual way, and then you just bump into the next chair that is standing there, and suddenly all of the elegance, the grace that you have previously established goes away in an instant. So in order to avoid that, don't look on the floor when you walk and just glance a little bit to the sides, glance where you are going. Number 7, practice every day. I have already given you some ideas for specific exercises to move more elegantly, but this deserves a known point number 7, because practicing has to become a part of your daily routine if you really want to improve. Because practice makes perfect, and without practice we will not develop. And especially things that are physical. And this is not only physical, it will also come from within. So in order to change our habits, this all takes practice. Do it every day. Try to find an activity that you can do with a group also. This will motivate you even more, like dancing, as I've mentioned so many times. Do it regularly in addition to the breathing exercises, for example. And as soon as you have practiced it for a few weeks or months, it will become habitual. And when you change your habits, you will change yourself too. Number 8, wear the right footwear. I cannot stress enough how important comfortable shoes are. Even if you are a fan of high heels, but the most beautiful heels won't do anything for you and your elegant appearance when you cannot walk in them. So first of all, make sure that your shoes, especially the high heels, are not too loose and not too tight. Shoes that are quite difficult for me are slingback pumps, especially those that have a higher heel but only slingback, because I think that those are not really stable. Combined with a not very perfect fit or a slippy foot, this is not a good recipe for an elegant walk and movement. And other shoes that are quite dangerous, I think, are simply heels that have no back at all, like slippers with a heel. Be really careful with that. For high heels, I like simply pumps like that. I'm wearing those today. I just got them. They are from Michael Kors and they have a really nice, not too thin and not too thick heel. They look elegant because they are pointy. The height is very comfortable and the quality also. So pumps like that in which you feel comfortable will give you the best chances to appear and walk elegantly. And with regard to that, I have a quite interesting story from my past. So in the past, during my studies, I occasionally worked as a model. There was this one catwalk show for a small new designer. I think those were 2 women. It was in a nice location with a nice long catwalk, and they also had shoes for us. And I have to say that those were not very high quality shoes. They didn't even really pay attention to the sizes. They simply got some kind of shoes and we had to find some shoes that are more or less fitting for us. So in the end I found some shoes. They were one size too small, but I had to wear them. And of course those were all heels. And also they were not very stable, so we already had to pay attention walking in those shoes. But the worst thing is, this catwalk that they had there was so slippery that it was absolutely not possible for us to do one walk. And it went so far that out of desperation they put glue, like they sprayed glue on the floor, on the catwalk, so that we could at least walk without slipping after the first step. Still, it was very, very difficult, even with the glue. And I remember that I was so tense. And of course, when you are tense because you are paying attention not to slip, you cannot look graceful or elegant, or as graceful and elegant as you could. You are simply tense and paying attention not to slip. So I do not recommend to anyone to let shoes destroy your elegant movement. Number 9, focus on your core. A strong core can help you maintain a good posture and control your movements. Because a strong core is like our corset and it really helps us to be straight and it's like the center of our body. So incorporate core strengthening practices. If you want to combine a practice that is not only strengthening your core, but also good for your balance and for the fluidity of your movements, I can recommend Pilates. And of course yoga. But Pilates is especially concentrating on the core. Number 10. Be mindful of your body language. Also pay attention to your facial expressions and how you carry yourself. Always remember, it's not only our body, it's not only our legs, how they walk, it's not only our hands or our arms. We are a total picture and our face also belongs to that. And it can really impact the way how you appear to others and how elegant and graceful you look. So in the next video about facial expressions, and especially the facial expressions that you should avoid at any cost. They don't only make your whole appearance look bad and unelegant, but they will also decrease your attractiveness on the long run. So watch this video and I will see you there. Bye bye!